In the meantime, the American International School of Abuja has asked the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to provide authentic banking details for the refund of fees paid for the children of Yahaya Bello, immediate past governor of Kogi State. Bello allegedly paid $720,000 in advance as fees for 5 of his children from the coffers of the Kogi State Government. The children are in grade levels 2 to 8 at the school. On April 17th, the EFCC operatives laid siege on Bello's residence in Abuja in an attempt to arrest him over an alleged 80.2 billion naira fraud. In a letter addressed to the Lagos Zonal Commander of the EFCC, the school said the sum of $845,852 has been paid in tuition since the 7th of September 2021 to date. Now, to discuss this, I'm joined on the news by legal practitioner and public affairs analyst, Tunji Abdulhameed. Thank you for your time, Tunji.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you.
All right. Now, just to start off the conversation, let me take your blanket opinion on the back and forth between the former Kogi State Governor and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission.
I think it's an unfortunate event, and it's becoming a drama of such, as far as I'm concerned. Because in the first place, I don't think Yahaya Bello, the former governor of Kogi State, has any right to be protected from responding to the invitation of EFCC. He has no right, as far as I'm concerned, because he's being called upon to come and answer questions regarding to crime, corruption, public abuse of public office. And so if you are being called to come and answer questions regarding corrupt practices or abuse of office, that cannot be said to be fundamental rights. I don't know why the judge will grant that interim injunction, restraining anybody or the agency of government responsible for enforcement of law from prosecuting or fighting or interrogating or whatever they say. Former governor. You can only say your right has been infringed if those rights falls within section 33 to section 42 of the Constitution. Right to fair hearing, right to assemble, right to this and that. Those are not the issue here. The issue here is clearly about corruption, and it's within the power of the EFCC to invite you to come and ask a question. If those questions have been, if he has attended to that to those invitations they say they gave to me, probably the issue of further bank regarding the payment of school fees will have been resolved. You'll have been able to explain to them. They'll be able to know this is what happened. So, secondly, on the part of EFCC, the way and manner they want to arrest him, I think, even though, like I said earlier, that he has no right to be protected, but another has been granted by the court. Once another is granted by the court, whether rightly or wrongly, you are bound to obey it. So, he did not obey that order by the EFCC. He disrespect to court order. So the only thing EFCC can do is to appeal against it, not to disregard it and say, no, we are not going to obey it because we are aware that the Supreme Court said no court can restrain them from doing their job. That's not the way to go. You go to court, ask the court to vacate it, and that's the way to go. So, and again, you want to go arrest him, you are prevented by security agencies attached to him. Who are these security agencies that we're talking about? We're talking about the police, we're talking about the DSS. Who controls them? The IGP controls the police. The DG of SSS control the DSS people. Why can't you collaborate with the head of these agencies before going ahead to say what to arrest him? You can even have those security agencies around him to arrest him. But they didn't do that. They dramatized it. They went there, laid siege in his house, and then we see what I see. For me, it's all about drama, and I don't think we are serious about fighting corruption in this country.
I mean, talking about drama, we are seeing a situation, and this is not the first time, where it looks like the judiciary is being used as some sort of a pendulum swing, where each party seems to just go to any court available to seek some sort of protection, either for access or to bar access. My question to you is this. I mean, do you see an abuse of the judiciary here?
Judiciary is allowing himself to be abused. That is it. That's just it. Because a judge should know that you cannot talk about fundamental rights when the issue of criminal allegation is an issue. The only area where you can talk about fundamental right is when you talk about civil rights. If, for example, Mr. A is saying Mr. B is owing him money and he has not paid, and he went and used a DSS or police to arrest Mr. B, you can be talking about fundamental rights. That is outside the scope of work of EFCC. But it only comes to criminal investigation. It is within their right. So if a judge and a lawyer will file an action in that regard to ask for a restraining order, and the judge will grant it, I think it's unfortunate. And we are having this because we have seen so many of these kind of orders that have not been, and nothing has happened to those people who are involved. The lawyer will not be punished. The judge will not be punished. No question will be asked regarding what have happened. This is a case that I expect NJC or whoever is at the NB to investigate those who filed the case. And the reason, and the judge who granted that the order, they must be investigated. Otherwise, we'll continue to see this all the time. We have our court is now as allowed as is a place whereby once you have the ability, you have the capacity, or you have the influence, you can turn whatever you want to turn into. You can turn black to white in a jiffy. So and it's no longer about the law itself. They now make the law look like those who are working based on law don't know anything. Those who know the judges and who know the judges are now the one making ways, and that's how people will be looking for a particular lawyer to do a job for him, because they know how to get the result, whether rightly or wrongly. That's why it's unfortunate that we're having this, and it's happening, like I said again, because people are not being punished. If we see people that are being punished for this, people will restrain them from doing it, but nobody will punish. You will see no question will be asked, and even when a question is asked after a week or so, we forget about it. This Yahaya Bello scenario or whatever now, from week I give you a week or two, another issue will come up, and then we'll forget it, and that will be the end of it, and then we won't see anything.
All right, Tunji Abdulhameed, thank you so much for your time on the news.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you.